Hi, it's Deanna, and this just arrived just today, and I got a really good bargain on it. It's a like mid 1950s or late 1940s Steiff lion, and I believe his name was Papa Lion, and he's 5 times jointed, and 5 times jointed means that his head swivels, his legs swivel, so four of his legs can be moved and rotated, and so can his head. So let me give you a little down low on why I like this little lion so much. Besides the fact that he's a vintage Steiff, I don't like the newer made Steiffs. I like Steiff bears and animals that are older, that have some wear to them, and then they have a little bit of history. And what is really neat is that the seller didn't mention this. And mind you, I only paid $8.99 for this gigantic one. It's almost like 11 inches across from the nose to the end of the rump. And what they did not say in the description, which surprised me, was that it has a U.S. Zone Germany label that was sewed into the leg seam on the right hand front paw side. And you can't really see it very well because part of it has ripped off, but when you hold it out, it mentions something about U.S. Zone Germany. And apparently, from what I've read on the internet, which is, you can only take that with a grain of salt sometimes because not all the information is always correct, but the bear was created, well, the lion was created between 1951 and 53 approximately. U.S. Zone was used between 1947 and 53. So between 1947 and 1953, which was a very short period of time, a lot of these animals, if it hasn't been lost, because these tags do fall off, had this tag that said U.S. Zone and then Germany. And the Steiff factory, the history about during World War II, which is quite interesting, is the Steiff factory was taken over in the early 1940s by Germany's military to use for a munitions plant. And before they could destroy all the factory's holdings, Steiff employees came in at nighttime and took as much as they could to place in various buildings and homes in the area. So this lion has a little bit of a history, which is quite cool. And from what I've read, I think when after the war happened, everything that was made in Germany had to be overseen in certain areas of Germany by whoever held the particular locations, like, for example, like U.S. Occupied or Russian occupied or English occupied. Things that were made, say, in the U.S. zone was only sold to U.S. GIs, from what I read, for a year or two or three. And then after that, everything had to have that label on it that it was known that it was made in, that was overseen by whatever country was holding the area. So I really think that's quite cool. So now he does have issues. He's missing the mohair that was on the tip of his tail. He does have some loss to his mane, and some mohair loss all over. But he's still quite amazing. And the fact that I only got this lion for $8.99 is amazing in itself. Some of these sell, I see, for $199 to $200, $150, especially with that U.S. Zone Germany label. Now, he's missing his Steiff button and the ear flag and the little cardboard bear tag that was on his chest. But that's quite to be expected with these old toys. They do go missing, or parents had removed them so their children wouldn't choke. But he's quite cool. Look at that mane, even though it is threadbare in some areas. He has glass eyes, and I like his red nose. His red nose is really cool, and it still has vibrancy. A lot of times these dyes over the years fade, and so the color isn't as magnificent. And this one still has the nice shade of red for his nose. And look how cool he is, really. And he's quite large. As you can see, I'm holding him up with my hand. And he's a nice size. And watch this. This is my favorite part, actually. All right, so listen. Now watch it not work. There we go. His squeaker in his tummy still works, which is quite amazing. A lot of times those squeakers malfunction because they were used so much. And so I can't believe I got this Steiff line, and it's quite large actually, for only $8.99 on eBay. So the bargains are still out there. You just have to look. Now, mind you, when I do find these bargains, I do sometimes spend hours upon hours upon hours scouring eBay looking for what I call sleepers. And sleepers are not easy to come by because a lot of people are very educated because they Google things before they list them. But sometimes things get through, fall through the cracks and you can get a good bargain. And this guy, I'm not going to sell, even though I could probably make a lot more than $8.99. I could probably get like between $50 to $150 for this animal. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep him because if I had to pay full price for him, I wouldn't be able to afford it. I'm on a budget with my buying, and I have to stick to that budget. So when I find really cool deals like this, it's something that it's a little bit of a trophy for me. And I don't like to sell the things that I got for great deals because I want to add it to my own collection and not sell it because I could never afford it at full price. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And stay tuned in and check back because I'll be uploading more videos shortly.